It's busy here, but it's worth coming and visiting because this building is spectacular. We're going to see if we can get inside, but probably we've left it a bit late to get tickets. So anyway, it's amazing from outside. And the stonework, which I'm sure is not coming out very well on the video, is exquisite.
Let me take you back to a time when love was as precious as diamonds, where if you search you would find it. I know that times have changed, but I don't wanna play no games, baby. I'll treat you different, show you commitment.
I think it might be time for a haircut.
Oi. This barbershop has a really cool sitting area out the back. Check-in was pretty good. She added the bikes for me because I hadn't been able to figure out how to register the bikes when I bought the tickets. She was really nice. She explained that we need to follow the cars to go on board and then they'll show us where to park the bikes. During the 11 or 12 hours, you need to know that you can't go back to the bike to get stuff out of your bag. So you need to reorganize your bags and pack what you need to take upstairs because you won't get access to it. That was a really good tip from her, and we'll be boarding at 5:30. In this adventure, we're taking a ferry that has reviews of 83% of its reviews are 1 star out of 5. And they are scathing reviews about dirty conditions, overcrowding, and general issues. So what could go wrong? I'll show you Charlie. He's sitting here. We've made ourselves a little nest.
You couldn't want to go to the toilet. The toilets are like out of this world. We just left and they're just overflowing. Well, this is the faulty towers of cruise ships or ferries. Everything that you can imagine that would be bad is bad here. You know, there's people sleeping in every passageway. The bathrooms are unusable, they're that dirty. The pool has got like 10 centimeters of water in it and is dirty. Everything is crowded, there's massive lines everywhere. We left late, we're arriving late. You know, you had to wait for like 4 hours. There was no instructions, there's no maps. You know, everybody just seems lost. The crew's surly, dirty. But other than that, it's a great way to get around. Well, we've arrived in Sardinia, and first impressions are it's really beautiful. First we came in across and there was this lovely oil refinery, like it was a very special oil refinery.
And then it's about a 5-minute ride until you get into Porto Torres and the yacht club. And there's a lot of these traditional fishing boats here as well as yachts and power boats. So it's beautiful. On the way in, we went past some World War II bunkers and also some medieval sort of forts as well. So there's a medieval fort sort of right here next to the yacht club as well. But there was some really quite substantial World War II fortifications on the way in as well, just on the side, that are overgrown and sort of becoming part of the vegetation, getting covered in vegetation. But so far it's a beautiful place, and the weather is very warm. Like, it's going to be a warm trip, so maybe we'll get some swimming in, which will be lovely. I love yacht clubs, so the smell, the sights, the clanking of the rigging, it's just beautiful. And PJ's just up there stuffing her face. Here's one of those traditional fishing boats, and you see a couple of power boats, and then there's another one. There's quite a few. It's probably a quarter of the boats here are traditional sort of sailing boats. This is that medieval fort I was saying that's right next to the marina. So the marina is just there.
Hello friends, I've just set up our tent for the very first time. We usually use hotels, we always use hotels, but I've had this tent for a couple of years, and obviously I bought it when I was touring, like cycle touring by myself. The fat man's up at the cafe and I've set it up to surprise him when he gets back. We've booked into this really cool little campground in Sardinia, and I said let's give it a go. So it's a little bit smaller than I remember. I'll show you now. Ready? So it's called the Micra and as you can see it's quite tiny. It's got a little window, and going inside there's only just enough space for 2 sleeping mats beside each other. So, as you probably know, Charles is like, you know, 6 foot, so, and he's a, you know, fairly sized gentleman. So it'll be interesting to see if we can both fit in here tonight, and I will try and record his reaction when he gets back and sees the beautiful Micra 2.
I'm looking forward to see the tent that PJ has built with her own 2 hands. You know, supposedly it was quite an undertaking.
Yeah, adding the jacuzzi was a bit hard.
Yeah, so you know, she's a self-builder now. Aha! See this glorious construction.
Well, it's not the construction, it's the, you know, like, dimensions.
Look at these ones look bigger here than
Yeah.
I don't think the way you put it together is going to keep the water off this if it rains. Looks a bit slack.
Yeah, I haven't actually You don't need to put in the, what do you call it? Pins, whatever. Pegs.
Yes.
Gonna have a look in the front? The front door is on the other side.
Oh my God, you sure it's here?
Yeah.
There's the front door.
This side, this side.
Oh, it's here.
There you go.
I was going to say, I'm not going to be able to fit in there. It's fine.
It's fine?
Well, shouldn't I be on this side? Because I'm going to crush you getting in and out.
Okay.
It's
Do you think it's long enough?
probably long enough.
Oh, you're such a good egg. Look at you.
Is there a fly to keep the mosquitoes out?
Yep.
We just had dinner right on the water, and we got a little stove, and I had scrambled eggs on toast and avocado on toast, and PJ had noodles and avocado on toast, and you know, we had tea and coffee and some Coke, unfortunately, and it's just like beautiful. All you can hear is the birds, and you can see the water, and you know, the boats going past, and there were some windsurfers here just before. It's lovely.
Charlie was just saying that it's really good being self-sufficient. This is something that we've just started doing on this adventure, and it's really lovely to be able to just sit down and cook or heat water whenever you want.
And the restaurants here, you can't see the water, they're up, and you can just see the campground, but you can't actually see the water itself. So it's kind of like you get a better view and you get to eat exactly what you want to eat. Like, I think it's a lot better.
Look at this.
And we even have music going in the background serenading us.
That is all I'll be, I'll give you. No reason to go back on my love. I'll hold you so tight to be snug. She might be my baby, let me love you crazy. Let me hold you down like gravity to the ground. Oh, be my baby, I ain't gonna be shady, I ain't messing around. Let's fall in love, I won't let us fade away.
This little village is full of stuff for kids, you know, like children's beachside holidays. So you find like the little grocery stores even have like kids sandcastle making kits and beach umbrellas and all that sort of happy stuff for happy memories. We're at the pool at the moment, and there's lots of Italian children using their hands and talking with huge gestures. It's adorable.
We're back in Porto Torres. We've had a wonderful sojourn. The weather's been perfect, obviously. We camped this sojourn, which has been interesting. My poor aching body. We're about to catch another ferry. It's going to take us about 13 hours to get over to Genoa. And it's a different ferry company. So as you've already seen, the first ferry company was a disaster. It was a truck stop at sea. You know, it was an eye-opener. So now we're going to have a look at GNV and see what they're like. We're going to compare the two. It's got a very low bar to get over.
But already they're ahead because they've listed an office on Google Maps that is GNV check-in. So hopefully it won't be so hard to find the check-in office. Let's see. Boat cancelled, office closed until 2 hours before its scheduled departure. I started recording so I could go away and translate, but then a lady who had a similar experience offered to help translate.
Ah, perché ieri voi io sono arrivata stamattina, mi avete riportato direttamente. Ok, they can't do it.
No transfer.
No transfer. E l'hotel è rimborsato
Allora,
perché nel
l'hotel,
regolamento c'è
esatto,
scritto.
Però io non posso chiamare un hotel e lei non paga.
EU regulations are very, very clear that they need to give you accommodation and or other support if they cancel on you, if it's not for meteorological reasons. So I kept trying.
There is the new you can, with your ticket, you can go to Tirrenia, and without the payment, you go in Tirrenia. Okay?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we'll do that if
Yes.
it's tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah,
tonight.
okay.
Okay?
Grazie. So of course, when we left the ticket office, we were on a mission to get to the grocery store to get supplies for this nearly 14-hour journey. And I didn't jump the curve, I hit the curve full speed and I got a pinch flat. So poor old Charlie is doing, there's Charlie, he's doing some flat tire repairs.
Boarding was very good. They just let us ride straight on board, and they put our bikes in a little room, or we put our bikes in a little room with a very surly crew member. But yeah, it was great. We didn't have to wait at all in the sun, so it was just straight in.
Yeah. He was like, silly tourists, don't you know where to put the bikes? It was like a staff sitting area, like
Brew room.
Yeah, brew room.
Well, on the other boat we were meant to have a Pullman seat, which is like a reclining seat, but when we swapped we've only got deck cargo again. But this is really good. There's carpet on the ground, PJ's got a couch to sleep on, I'll sleep next to her on the floor. Everything's very clean. I just went to the toilets, they're bellissimo. They're very clean.
We're trying to get outside to have a look.
Okay, well, it's been a tale of two boats. The first boat we caught was a truck stop at sea, as PJ would describe it. It was overcrowded, it was dirty, it was kind of not up to snuff. Where this boat seems to be very good, you know, like they've been cleaning almost all night, it doesn't seem overcrowded. It seems overcrowded now because everybody's been kicked out of their cabins.